Okay, say you have an equation like this that starts with x squared, positive x squared. The first step, actually for all of these completing the square problems, the first step is to move this constant to the right side. So in this equation, the way you would do that is to add 7 to both sides. So always just move that constant over the right. So what you get is x squared plus 6x equals positive 7. Notice that the sign flipped. That will always happen. If it was negative here, it will be positive there. If it was positive here, it would be negative on the right side. The next step is to add a number to both sides. So you're going to have plus something and plus something. What number do you add? You always get the number by taking the coefficient of x, the coefficient of the middle term, in this case 6, dividing it by 2, and squaring it. And that will be what you'll add to the left and right side. So in this case, it's 6 divided by 2 squared, which simplifies to 3 squared, which equals 9. So we'll be adding 9 to the left side and the right side. So here we fill in plus 9, plus 9. We've added the same thing to both sides. What you do to one side, you must do to the other, so that we don't change the overall value of the equation, so that it's balanced. Okay, so then the next line, that simplifies to x squared plus 6x plus 9. On the right side, we can combine these numbers into 16. 7 plus 9, 16. Why did we do that? Why did we add a number to both sides? The only reason is so that immediately after, we can write the left side as a perfect square. X plus or minus some number squared equals 16 still. The number you write here is always half of what the middle coefficient was. So in this problem, it was 6 over 2, positive 3. If this were negative 6, you would put negative 3. So always in the perfect square side, use half of what the middle coefficient was. So now we have x plus 3 squared equals 16. That's great. You've completed the square. You have something that will be very easy to solve now. And the whole point of doing that was so that you can square root both sides in order to solve. We can literally draw a big square root on the left side and a square root on the right side. Be careful, because when you square root a constant on one side, you actually get two solutions, positive and negative. It's very important, and many people forget this. So try to remember, when you square root the side that has the constant, you immediately have two solutions possible, the positive and the negative version. Okay, on the left side, meanwhile, what that does is gets rid of the square. So you just have x plus 3, what was inside the parentheses, equals positive and negative square root of 16. You probably know square root of 16 is 4, since 16 is a perfect square. So then in the next line, you can write x plus 3 equals plus and minus 4. The easiest thing now is to separate this into two solutions. You're going to solve for two different answers. One equation you can write using the positive version, so x plus 3 equals 4. And the other one, you'll use the negative 4 version, x plus 3 equals negative 4. It's very important to separate it out because you will end up with two solutions. So what this gives you using basic algebra, subtracting constants, is x equals 4 minus 3, or positive 1. And on this side, x equals negative 4 minus 3, which is negative 7. So your two solutions using completing the square are x equals 1 and x equals negative 7.